Are we alone in the universe? What do you think? It's a question that has followed humanity since the dawn of time. Something that sparks such deep curiosity that modern science has dedicated immense resources and efforts to finding an answer. But will we ever discover the truth? Could there be other intelligent civilizations out there, somewhere in the distant cosmos, waiting to be found? Life as we know it is one of the greatest mysteries of the universe. And this quest to understand our own existence has led scientists to look to space with increasingly focused attention. Our curiosity is insatiable. And so, even without clear answers, we continue sending signals into space, hoping that someone, somewhere, might be listening. Did you know that the Voyager spacecraft, launched decades ago, carries a golden record with information about our planet? It's like an interstellar business card, with sounds, images, and even Earth's location. If some intelligent being were to find it, they'd have a real guide to who we are. But what if the opposite happened? What if we were the ones to receive a signal, a message from another civilization? How would that change our perspective on the universe? Now, let's think for a moment. If tomorrow a message from an extraterrestrial civilization were discovered, who would be the first to know? How would the world react to that news? And more importantly, who would speak on behalf of all humanity? The idea that we are on the verge of contacting another form of intelligent life might seem like something out of a sci-fi movie. But the truth is that there is a real protocol with 8 well-defined steps that guides us on what to do if this ever happens. Imagine it's 2030, a future not too far off, but full of possibilities. In Santiago, Chile, a PhD student at the University of Chile is reviewing data collected by the ALMA radio telescope, located in the Andes Mountains. He's just starting the year and going over his research project, which involves searching for radio signals from space. When suddenly, among terabytes of data, a peculiar signal catches his attention. Something different from anything that's ever been seen before. This signal isn't just common space noise. It's regular, specific, and seems to be counting prime numbers. Yes, those numbers that can only be divided by 1 in themselves. What could this be? Intrigued, the student does what any of us would do. He sends the signal to his advisor, not knowing that this simple act could be the first step toward one of the most important discoveries in human history. The advisor, a professor of astronomy, receives the signal and, after careful analysis, realizes that he's dealing with something entirely new. Nothing in the known universe explains that signal. No natural astronomical phenomenon, no equipment error, nothing fits. The only hypothesis left is the most surprising of all. This signal could be a message from an extraterrestrial civilization. So, what would you do if you were in this professor's shoes? How would you react to discovering something so monumental? He decides to gather a small working group at the university, including other professors and students, to analyze the signal more deeply. And the more they study it, the clearer it becomes that they are facing something extraordinary. A possible communication from intelligent life beyond Earth. And now, what to do with this information? This is where things get even more interesting. If you truly believe you've found a signal from intelligent life, who do you talk to? How do you share such a monumental discovery without causing panic or disbelief? This is when the group turns to a well-known scientific protocol, the SETI protocol, which stands for Search for Extraterrestrial Intelligence. This protocol has 8 steps that guide scientists on what to do when they encounter a potentially extraterrestrial signal. The first step, already completed, is to rule out all natural explanations for the signal. The second step involves contacting organizations and experts who can confirm the absence of natural or human explanations for the phenomenon. And so, the news begins to spread within the scientific community. Astronomers and astrophysicists around the world are consulted, and all come to the same conclusion. There is something very strange about this signal. nothing known can explain it. And slowly, the idea that the signal could actually be of extraterrestrial origin starts to gain traction. Can you imagine the tension, the excitement, and even the fear that this discovery might cause? In less than a week, the international astrophysics community finds itself having to admit that they are dealing with something truly unprecedented. The signal is real, captured by multiple radio telescopes around the planet, and there is no natural explanation for it. With this, the third step of the SETI protocol is initiated. The International Astronomical Union begins preparing a detailed document on the received signal, something that can guide other researchers who also want to study it. Digital and physical copies of the signal are made and stored in countless backups around the world. After all, this could be the most precious information humanity has ever received. But of course, a discovery like this doesn't stay secret for long. Rumors begin to spread across the internet. Social media is flooded with theories, speculation, and, of course, memes. Without an official confirmation, the topic becomes a controversy, but also entertainment for UFO enthusiasts and conspiracy theorists. Meanwhile, in New York, at the United Nations headquarters, the Secretary General receives a message that could be the most important of the 21st century. This message, sent by the International Astronomical Union in partnership with SETI, confirms the discovery of a probable signal from intelligent life beyond Earth. And the word probable here reflects the high level of confidence the scientific community has in this discovery. But before the UN can organize an official announcement, another bombshell hits the media. The Chinese government, through its 500-meter aperture spherical radio telescope known as FAST, announces that it has detected the same signal. A signal that has no natural or human explanation. This message from China forces the United Nations to fast-track its own announcement. Now, it's official. Humanity has found evidence of an intelligent civilization beyond Earth. With the fourth step of the SETI protocol complete, the fifth step is initiated. The International Astronomical Union makes the signal data public, available for anyone to download and study. This generates massive traffic to university websites, with scientists, amateurs, and curious people from around the world trying to access this information. Now imagine how people would react to this news. Studies show that most people view the question of extraterrestrial life with optimism and curiosity. The initial reaction would likely be one of excitement. But of course, not everyone thinks that way. Some people might see the discovery with fear and suspicion, expecting extraterrestrials to be as hostile as they imagine humans could be. Meanwhile, the internet would be abuzz with discussions. From the funniest memes to serious debates about the implications of this discovery. And you, what do you think? How would you react to the news that we are not alone in the universe? Would this news change how you live your life? Or do you think, after the initial shock, life would go on as usual, with everyone back to work on Monday? And what about the reactions from governments and religious institutions? Surely, leaders of various religions would have something prepared to reassure their followers. And some governments might even try to regulate radio frequencies to protect this new and precious source of information. But would this discovery really change the world? The answer depends largely on the content of the signal. If it's just a greeting, something like a simple cosmic hello, the changes might not be so dramatic. But if the signal contains advanced information, revolutionary scientific knowledge, or even a warning, well, then things could be very different. Let's suppose that after a year of intense study, a new signal is detected, and this time, it arrives exactly 365.24 days after the first. Coincidence? Or do the extraterrestrials now know where we are? This could mean that we are being watched, and that this civilization knows exactly where Earth is. And if this happens, how do you think the world would react? Are we ready for this new reality? Or could this change everything, from our beliefs to how we relate to each other? The truth is, the discovery of intelligent life beyond Earth is one of the most unpredictable events we can imagine. And human reactions, whether of fear, curiosity, or excitement, can only be fully understood when that day finally comes. But until then, what we can do is prepare, study, and of course, keep asking questions. After all, are we alone in the universe or not? Share your theories in the comments, spread your ideas, and let's keep this conversation going, because the truth is out there. Or is it closer than we think? Until next time.